Hi, I'm Kim from Style Sense and I'm going to give you a quick rundown on what to look for when you're buying a white shirt. So a white shirt is an investment piece in your wardrobe, so ideally you would be buying one that is basically as expensive as you can afford. So the main cost of a white shirt is the fabrication, and this is going to make or break how much you wear it and how much you enjoy it. So you want to make sure it's not too sheer, and also that it's got some stretch in it, so it makes it easier to iron. It's much more comfortable to wear, and you'll wear it a lot more if it's got a bit more stretch in it. Also, it tends to fit the bust and through the body a little bit more if it's got a little bit more give in it. So this particular one is Zadig and Voltaire, and I love the bib on it. And the reason I love the bib is because it's got actually two layers of fabric in this bib area, and then it's only one ply here. So it's less likely to show my underwear, which is very helpful. So the other reason with the bib area works really well is because it has a bit more shaping through the bust, so it fits the bust much better. The other thing I loved is that it actually brings your eye down the garment because you've got the seaming coming down, so it's super flattering. So talking about bust, that's the one key thing for women's shirts that is the make or break of what's going to fit you. So most women struggle with it fitting over the bust, as it gapes and you can see through to your bra quite quickly on a lot of these kind of shirts. So the main point you're looking for is that your bust point, so the fullest part of your bust, has a button on it like this one. And this will mean that it's a lot more secure for you and less likely to show your underwear. So if you have got a bigger bust, don't think you can't wear white shirts. Try and get ones with a bit more fullness, so bust darts here that will add more fullness over the bust and allow for a fuller bust. Or you can get ones that have a placket that's stitched down. I used to design them all the time. So they're stitched down, so it's not a functional placket, so you actually put the garment on over your head, and instead you've got a little zip at the side that you zip it up with. But it looks like a functional shirt. It's just that it undoes to here. This is all stitched down and doesn't give you any gaping. So it's a great little tip even for those people that aren't full busted. So cuff on this one, I didn't want a really formal cuff, so I got a standard cuff. There's actually a little popper, so I can easily turn back my cuff. That's a kind of look that I do a lot. That's how I wear it because I'm less formal in my day-to-day. The other thing you can do with white shirts is to pull it up like that and then turn it back. So you've got another kind of look that's kind of quite cool with the kind of cuff detail. The fit of this is actually quite a bit easier through the body. I like that because it's not so fit critical. It means I've got more movement in it, and it's also much more of a contemporary type of look. But if you did want more fit, you can easily put little darts through the body to actually create a bit more of a waisted look if that was you. If not, if you see shirts out that have more fit through them, generally they're more slimmer, so the more darts in them, the slimmer the fit generally. So one of the key contemporary features of white shirts these days is that it's got a more narrow collar. This is a lot more flattering, it's a lot more feminine, it's more contemporary, and I think is a key feature of why you'd buy a white shirt. This one for me, I also loved the fact that it had a concealed placket and I couldn't see the buttons. So although I want to check that I've got my spare button because they can come off, I wanted this one in particular, so it was nice and clean in design, so I could actually wear it with bottom of body skirts that have buttons down the front, because otherwise sometimes if you've got visible buttons, you're less likely to wear it with something on the bottom of the body like a skirt with buttons down the front. So this one keeps it a lot more versatile. I also loved the little lip details and the panelling and the lip detail here. So I loved all those design features that for me elevated this white shirt, because sometimes, let's face it, they can be a little bit boring. So looking for at the back, you don't want this yoke to be too low because it can be restrictive. Again, this yoke is what sets the tone of the shirt and stabilizes it. It's 2-ply. So if it comes quite low, you can find actually that your mobility across the back is decreased. If you do want a bit more mobility, then from the yoke, just get one with a pleat at the back, so it allows for a little bit more comfort and room depending on how you like to wear it. So this particular shirt was from Zadig and Voltaire, and I've had it, about 15 years now. And the reason it still looks really good is because I take care of it. I only put it in a whitewash, and I also take time to soak it every now and again in some bicarb of soda diluted in water, and then I'll wash it again, but only in a whitewash. So that's why 15 years later, it still looks really good. So I really suggest that everyone has a white shirt, and obviously the styling and the fit and everything else can be different depending on your personal style and your body shape and your needs. But I think they're such a versatile, fantastic piece. But the key is the fabrication.